What's up everybody, OJ here, welcome back to another video. Today we've got some awesome information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now this game is a phenomena around the world. So many people are bunkered in, quarantined, and enjoying this game. And many people that are new to the franchise, this is their first introduction to Tom Nook, a raccoon that definitely likes to make sure that you are in debt so he can collect from you. Kind of sounds like real life, right? So this has led many people to have a little bit of a negative type of perception with Tom Nook because he's been doing this for decades now, right? If you look back from the GameCube version of the game and all throughout the series, Tom Nook has been collecting debts from villagers for decades, and many people liken him to a really greedy type of person. But Nintendo wants you to know that Tom Nook is misunderstood, that he's caring and he's loving, and that he's a person that really wants you to be careful with your money and gives you motivation. So let's go ahead and get right into one of what the producers had to say about Tom Nook and what people think about him. Quote, "Even if we borrow money from him and it takes time to pay him back, he never gets angry, he never gets mad. So if we could all try to be a little more responsible and pay him back, it might make him a little happier." So this is something that's interesting because Nogami, the guy who talked about this in terms of what he had to say, said that since Tom Nook loans players money, and this gives them the motivation, right, to catch the fish, to catch the bugs, to get the seashells, whatever you need to pay him back, and there's no timetable. It's pretty relaxed, right? And Tom Nook is the motivation. He's the reason why players have continued to play, so they can pay off those loans, so they can put money in the bank, so they can get interest on that, teaching you good life lessons. So Nintendo says that Tom Nook is misunderstood and that you guys should, you know what, just relax, pay him back, and that might make him just a bit happier. And this is my first Animal Crossing since the GameCube game in terms of me playing for a sustained period of time. And I have to say that I think Tom Nook is misunderstood. I think that Tom Nook is a responsible adult who's looking to build an economy, who's looking to give people a chance, who's a businessman that's going to make sure that not only is he doing well, but the life of his villagers and the life of his economy is doing well as well. You know what I'm saying? So he gives you plenty of good stuff. Heck, he's a better leader than lots of people that we have here in real life when it comes down to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Nintendo. I think Tom Nook is misunderstood. I think Tom Nook is responsible. He gets you to save your money. He gets you to be very creative in terms of how you pay back things. He's a guy that I think that needs to get more praise than what Nintendo fans give him. They're always sitting there praising love on Isabelle and other characters in the Animal Crossing franchise. I think we need to give a little bit more respect to Tom Nook. Put some respect on the raccoon's name. And to be honest, what Tom Nook does and how much he makes in this game is nothing compared to how much Nintendo is raking in on Animal Crossing, absolutely killing the sales charts when it comes to digitally across the world and physically whenever they can. Another nearly 300,000 units physically in Japan for the past week. So whatever Tom Nook is to you, Nintendo is 10 times worse when it comes down to it. So what are you guys' thoughts when it comes to what Nintendo had to say about Tom Nook here? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, we're going to be talking about Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm for Road to Boruto. We've got some brand new Nintendo Switch screenshots, which I'll have linked in the description as well. Also, the release date for this game, a lot of you guys have been asking me because I guess, you know, I like Naruto if you look at the theme of my channel, right? Are you going to be playing this game? What's going on with it? Let's play, whatever the case is. Let's detail all of that right here. So screenshots, link in the description below. The game is dropping on April 23rd. Now the Switch version pretty much gets everything that's been released so far, because originally this was just Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, and then the Road to Boruto stuff, that was basically like a big DLC add-on pack that gets you all the kids and everything like that, and like a little bit of a new scenario and some new features and enhancements to the game. So the Switch version gets all of that, packed in, and the game is coming out on April 23rd. So that's going to be on Thursday upcoming here. The game will be dropping, and yes, I will be doing a let's play on this game based on how people like it, kind of like what's going on. I might play a little bit more in terms of more than one let's play or so, but it comes out very close to another game that I'm excited about to play, and that is Trials of Mana. That game's coming out on the 24th. So we've got some good stuff coming to the Switch in this upcoming week. So I'll try to do my best to make some time to play the game. I've already played it on the Xbox One, so I have a little bit of gameplay footage of me playing the game, I think on the Xbox One, a live stream a while back. So I'm actually excited to kind of get into it on the Nintendo Switch to see kind of how it plays and how it looks, because I had an interesting discussion on Twitter the other day where someone was trying to say that the screenshots don't look that great, or they don't think it's going to be a good port. But guessing on like the first 3 games, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 1 through 3, all of those played just fine on the Nintendo Switch. They didn't seem like laggy or bad controls or look all blurry or whatever the case is. This will be the first time that you can play the game portably when it comes to Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. So yeah, I think I'll probably check it out. Like I said, it looks okay from these screenshots here. It doesn't look blurry or bad to me. It looks much like the other games from the franchise that are already on the Nintendo Switch. These games are very simplistic in terms of the combat. There's pretty much just one button combat with some directions here and there. But what makes this series of games kind of popular is the graphical presentation and the style of it, the cinematics. It takes pretty much the lore of the battles and everything, then it kind of like cranks it up to like 150%. A lot of the battles look way better and are way more dramatic than they actually were in the anime or in the manga. So a lot of people really like the games for that, not because the gameplay is really good or anything like that, because it's not. The Clash of Ninja series, in my opinion, is a much better fighting game than this. And yeah, there are people who do like the actual fighting in the game, but I just find it way too simplistic for my manner in terms of available moves and depth and strategy. But hey, that's just my thoughts on it, but I still will be playing it because of the spectacle, right? It's just like a huge spectacle of a game. So it's pretty cool. If you're a Naruto fan, might want to check it out. So what are you guys' thoughts on Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 coming over to Nintendo Switch on April 23rd? You guys planning on picking this one up? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, I am going to discuss this because I've had a number of people come into my live streams and tell me this, even though I already know about it. But it does seem like the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Works set is kind of like weaving in and out of being available and not available when it comes to stock, as Nintendo tries to figure out what's going on with the CV pandemic and what stock they're going to be able to get to people. So I will say this, have this link that I'll have in the description below, have it locked and ready to go, because every single time that it becomes available, all of a sudden they're gone. People are buying this Definitive Works set faster than you could even think of when it comes down to it, which shows good prospects for Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. And I kind of want to get into the bigger topic with this, kind of what I want to discuss, is that I think this is going to be Monolith Soft's best game in terms of sales wise and reviews wise. I'm already thinking that this is going to be their highest rated game based on what's going on here, and this is going to be their best selling game. The fact that we're having this Definitive Works set sell out multiple times, where they're stocked, then it sells out, stocked, then it sells out, and so many people have been hitting me up and talking to me about how they're excited for Xenoblade and everything like that. And of course, if we're still quarantined by then, I think some of us might still be, or there's going to be severe restrictions or a lot of working from home around the time that this game comes out, May 29th, because things are just getting worse here in America, at least when it comes down to it. So I think that there still will be major restrictions. I mean, maybe some stuff will be open. I think that this will be the perfect game for people to get into and to play when it comes to just spending some time at home, along with like Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Trials of Mana, a lot of these big RPGs and a lot of these big kind of like time sucking up games, you know? So I do think that this is probably going to be their best selling and best reviewed game of all time. People seem to be very excited for this one, because if you look at the original, what, 92 average and everything like that, right? So that's their best reviewed one on there, but it was botched in terms of the release here in the US, and pretty much the release worldwide outside of Japan. It was completely botched over the course of 3 calendar years, from 2010, 2011, and 2012. It released in 3 different regions. That's not how you do things if you want something to be successful, in my opinion. But now we have a dedicated release worldwide. We've got collector's editions. We've got a really popular system that's not on its way out like the Wii, but actually is just surging in sales and popularity like the Nintendo Switch. So this is just a prime position for Xenoblade to really take the center stage, even more than what we saw with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which, by the way, is Monolith Soft's best-selling game of all time because of the popularity of the Switch back when the Switch only had around 10 million units sold worldwide. Imagine how many new customers and new people are going to get into it, especially when they see, in terms of course, like all the good press that this game is going to get and all the lore that people talk about. People really have like this folklore with Xenoblade Chronicles in terms of how good the game is, Metacritic and all of that. So I think that this one's going to be a huge hit, and I'm very excited to see what goes down with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition on the Nintendo Switch. So have that locked and ready to go, guys. When it comes to the link, I'll also be talking about it on Twitter, so make sure you follow me whenever it is available again, or even if it's available at this point, make sure you snap it up because a lot of people are picking that Definitive Works set up. So what are you guys' thoughts when it comes to all the different topics here? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the link in the description. We've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all the latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.